the Parshiyot of Avram Avinu, we have the major mission of Yitzchak in finding a wife for Yitzchak. We all know that Avram is known as Chesed. And when many people think about Chesed, they think about just doing nice things for their neighbor. The Gemara actually says that there's a strong connection between Chesed and Yirat Shamayim. Kol mi sheyesh bo Chesed, yesh bo Yirat Shamayim. Kol mi she'ein bo Chesed, ein bo Yirat Shamayim. And Rav Volbe, in his Sefer Halei Shor, explains that to be a Baal Chesed or Baalat Chesed, you need to not only be internal and introverted and inner focused, but rather to take, even if you're introverted, and make sure you leave room for another entity in your life, which is the same idea with Yirat Shamayim. Can't just be egocentric. Be able to have another person involved and open to that involvement. What's fascinating then is when we find the Chesed challenge. Nowadays people are in the mannequin challenge. The Chesed challenge in our Parsha, what Eved Avraham does. There are many details. I want to focus on one detail which will bring together this Rav Volbe message of Chesed and Yirat Shamayim. Rashi brings down that right after the camels, the Pasuk says, first of all, Perach Chavdal Pasuk Chavbet, after the camels had finished drinking, Vayikach ha'ish nezem zahav beka mishkalo u'shnei tzmidim al yadeh asara zahav mishkalam. After she finishes giving not only Eved Avraham to drink, but also the camels, he takes a nose ring, a golden nose ring, beka mishkalo, 2 bracelets on her hand, asara zahav mishkalam. Rashi, quoting Midrash, says Beka refers to the shkalim because of Beka Lagugolet, which was the shekel given for the Korban Tzibur in the Mikdash, the Mishkan. Shnei Tzmidim is the remez to the Shtei Luchot, and Asara Zahav Mishkalan is the Aseret Hadibrot. The question is, what's the imagery here? And specifically, it's not only the Shnei Luchot, because it says Tzmidim, it's the Shnei Luchot Simudot, to be Tzamud, the Aseret Hadibrot. And again, I go to my go-to this week again, like I did last week. Rav Yosef Salant, in his unbelievable sefer, the Ber Yosef, gives a beautiful drasha. And he explains that many people, you would see this unbelievable chesed that Rivka was displaying, and you just think about one side of the Aseret HaDibrot. You think about the left side, the second 5, which is known as the Ben Adam Le Chavero. The first 5 are the Ben Adam Lamakom. And therefore, there's a hint here. There's the Aseret HaDibrot, but it's specifically saying that you, Rivka, with what you're going as a continuation of building up Beit Avraham, Zera Yitzchak, Kivi Yitzchak, Yikarei Chazara, it's not enough just to be that good person. Not enough to just have the Ben Adam Chavero. You have to have the luchot smudot. You need to have what? Both the right side and the left side. Both the Anochi Hashem Elokecha of the Ben Adam Lamakom, and also the other side of the Ben Adam Chavero. This, Rav Yosef Salant explains, is what Eved Avraham wanted to make an imprint on her. And he said that that's the idea of when it says specifically Nezeb Zahav Beka Mishkalo. Because from the Midrash that we say in Sukkot, that we know that the Reach represents Ma'asim Tovim. You've done unbelievable Ma'asim Tovim but that's only Beka. Beka Mishkalo is only Machatzita Shekel. That's only half of the picture. But to be a true Balat Chesed, to be a person who's going to take over for Sarah Imenu, you have to have both. You need to be able to have both Ben Adam Chavero and Ben Adam Makom. As we see at the end, right before Shishi begins, when Yitzchak brings Rivka home, Ha'oela Sarah Imo. And the Targum Onkelos here says that she does V'hataknin Avdoha Ke'ovadei Sarah Ime. She did like Sarah. She was a person not only in Hachnas Orachim of last week, but Rashi points out of Nirot Shabbat, and of Bracha Mitzuya B'Isa and Anan Kashura Ol, the Ben Adam Makom. This, and I'll end off with this. I remember, I mentioned it before, the concept of when we're trying to build up the ideal Jew. And I remember interviewing for a camp. They said, "No, so what are you educating for?" And the person, the director, had said, "What's most important to me is that they're good people, they're menschlich." And I said to them, that's true, the Ben Adam Chavero is huge and is paramount, derech eretz kadman l'Torah. But you need, for me, to be not only the Rab Chaim and the Ben Adam Chavero, but also the Rab Chaim and the Ben Adam Makom. You need to be able to have the Luchot Smudot, the Aseret HaDibrot B'yachad, because without it, it's just a Beka, it's just a Machatzit. May we be Zocher to within our goals, to continue working, as we see from our Avot, of Maaseh Avot Simal Lebanim, and of our Imahot, to understand both the Ben Adam L'Chavero and the Ben Adam L'Makom. Shabbat Shalom.